So he's also been in the hands of a plastic surgeon.
Right.
Uh, he's young, so he's gonna bounce right back, man. And you know what? Chicks dig scars, man.
Yep. Yep. And besides, dude, I've gotten all kinds of scars. I got some cool ones on my neck going on right now. And dude, 10 years down the road, they're gonna be gone anyway, man. He'll barely have a thin little line. And when finally when the chicks come up and ask him, hey man, what happened to your face? He's like, I saved my sister.
I was a hero.
I saved my sister when I was 6 years old from a mean old pit bull.
Who else could say that?
Yeah, really. No kidding, right? No kidding. So, brother, I today I got to spend a day with my daughter.
Hold on, stand by.
Are you talking to the dogs again? The fuck? I mean, like, really? How many kids at 6 years old get to save their sisters' lives?
Very few, if any.
That's what I'm talking about. And for the people watching us on YouTube, we're having some major technical difficulties. We haven't been able to figure it out. So if we jump from one topic to another on this video part, you know, I mean, the audio gets edited, but this video part is kind of difficult to do. So we've been dropped a bunch of times. So that's why there's probably going to be a part 1 and a part 2. So yeah.
They don't want you to put out a podcast.
It's because I'm wearing the Trump shirt, man, and the Trump hat. That's what it is. That's what
You're looking so fresh and fly for this one, you know?
It's the deep state trying to shut me down. That's what it is. It's because I've been associating with freaking Tank. That's what it is. They're trying to shut me down.
All of a sudden, Tank comes on for an interview, you know?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. But brother, I today I got to spend the day with my daughter Ziva, and we were kind of busy during the mornings because we had some things to take care of, and it was getting late, and she was like, Dad, I just want to have fun with you. I want to have fun with you. I'm like, we're gonna go have fun, and it was already like 4:00, you know. So I got her some Chick-fil-A, and then we went 20 minutes up the road from where I live, and we went down to River Road and sat in the river. Oh, she had so much fun, bro.
Was it cold?
No, not at all. It was beautiful, man. The water was the perfect temperature, and it was hot out, but we got a little camp spot because I went to one place that I normally do, and that's where we used to go when I was married to her mom. That's where we used to go camping, and it's a really cool spot. And they used to just like let us in, and if we were gonna spend more than a few hours, they charge us something. But I rolled in today, said, no, I'm just gonna hang out with my daughter for a couple of hours at the river, and he's like $30. I was like,
Ooh.
yeah, I was like $30, dude. I'm not even spending that. That's the overnight fee.
Right.
And he goes, nah, it's $30. I was like, nah, man, screw you. I ain't paying no $30 to hang out here. So we went up the road, and she was like, oh, we going back home? I was like, no, honey, we're gonna go find a spot. I found another spot, a better spot. And I asked the girl, how much is it? Because, you know, we're only going to spend 2-3 hours here, you know?
Right.
She's like, well, since it's 5:00, we charge you $5 a piece. So $10, dude. I got a camping spot, an assigned spot with a picnic table, a fire pit. I mean, I didn't bring none of that. We're just going to go sit in the river and stuff. And right. Dude, it was great. I mean, I FaceTimed you and stuff, man. It was such an awesome spot. And
what was the name? Do you want to say the name of that river?
It's the Guadalupe River.
Guadalupe River.
Or Guadalupe River, yep. In New Braunfels, Texas.
It looked very rocky.
Yeah, it is. It's got some small little waterfalls and stuff like that. But man, there was some great spots, and she was trying to catch fish because a bunch of little fish. We have a fishing pole, so she was trying to jump on them. Like, yeah, you keep trying, little girl. That's it. Never quit.
Caveman style.
That's what it is.
Catch the fish, Rock. Catch the fish.
Yeah, man, and you know the rocks that are there. There's a bunch of rocks, but I asked her for that spot because it was a shallow area. They have real deep spots that are like 20, 30 feet deep. Some spots are 6 feet deep. So this was a shallow part where the rocks ran, and then it had a couple of waterfalls, and people had their pop-ups and their chairs set up in the river. So it's like 1.5 feet of water. So they're just hanging out, sitting in the river.
Yeah.
And,
nice.
Yeah, and there's a lot of algae and stuff. So sometimes in some spots it got slippery. But yeah, I'm not stepping on that stuff, dude. I have water shoes.
Water shoes, because
Yep.
you can't risk harming those butter feet.
Dude, I get my feet taken care of, man. I got no problem. I
Yeah,
got no
yeah,
problem walking barefoot. I'm a
yeah.
man. I got no problem walking barefoot. I walk barefoot on the grass. I walk barefoot on the sidewalk.
I
But when
walk
it comes
barefoot on
to
the
walking
grass.
on rocky shit that I'm gonna cut my feet on, I've cut my feet way open way too many times, man. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. The ocean is one thing. The river's another. Ain't
So,
doing
so
it.
what do you call them? Galoshes?
They are
what
water shoes.
water shoe? They got the toes on them, so you
They
can grip
don't.
things with your toes.
No, dude. No. I don't know. I don't know what comic book you've been reading, but they don't have that. All
They
right.
have that.
I know they do, but that's not what I'm wearing. I'm just wearing some freaking neoprene water shoes so that I can freaking walk and not cut my feet.
Okay, I got it.
So check it out, man. So I'm leaving, and we were checking out some other spots. I was like, TJ's gonna come down to Texas. I'm gonna bring him here. I gotta pick out a good spot, right? So
Thank you, my brother.
I'm driving up. My daughter's in the bed of my truck because she always wants to ride in the bed of the truck, and mom won't let her. But mom
In the
wasn't
backpack.
around. But mom wasn't around. Daddy was in charge. I said, "You go ahead, baby. You ride in the bed of that truck." Right?
Does mom listen to the show?
Nah, she don't listen to my show. She don't even want to hear my voice when I call her. When I call her, she answers the phone. She's like, "What?"
So how was her ride in the back of the pickup truck?
Oh,
First
she loved
timer?
it. Yeah,
First time.
She loved it. It was only 5 miles an hour. It's like a quarter mile through the campground. But so we got to one spot and it was kind of tight, and there's a truck going the other way. We kind of passed it and we kept going, and we got to the end of the other end of the campground, and
She's still in the back?
she's still in the back. So now we were getting ready to leave. So I pulled over to bring her into the front, and that truck that I passed comes back, and the guy comes up. He goes, "Hey, man, are you Gary?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, Gary Brugman from the podcast? I was like, "Yeah." And
Say what?
Yeah, we started talking. He goes, "Man, I passed you," and I looked at my wife, and I was like, "That's Gary Brugman." I was like, well, it ends up the guy's a border patrol agent out of my old station.
Hey, salute.
And he listens to the podcast, man. So that's awesome. So Martin Castillo, dude, this shout out's for you, brother. It was good meeting you today. And we took a selfie. So I'm gonna post that up on the podcast Instagram. And it's just good to see another fellow agent, brother.
Martin Castillo.
That's right. And
what up, brother? Welcome to the show. Enjoy.
I told him I still bleed green, and he goes, "Man, I know that, and the troops down in Eagle Pass know that. Everybody, he's
worldwide. We know that
now, huh?
Worldwide, they know that.
They better know that. They better fucking know that. I bleed green all the time, right here. Look behind me, right here.
Can you describe your outfit for the podcast listeners?
I am wearing a "Keep America Great" Trump long sleeve T-shirt. 2020, and my Trump cowboy hat, red, white, and blue. Woo!
2020. See, that shit ain't old. It ain't 2016. It's brand new because he supports the president.
I got this at the Trump rally last year in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
And I actually got the shirt for free. Somebody gave me the shirt because my boy Benny Bangwam from Frontier. What the hell is his news show called? I can't remember. But he's from Turning Point USA, right?
Oh, okay.
And he was interviewing me, and we were talking, and there was a guy selling T-shirts, and the guy goes, "Hey, here for you." So I got the T-shirt for free, and then I saw people walk around with these Trump cowboy hats. I was like, I've got to get me one of those. I've got to get me one of those. So
money well spent.
Yes.
Money well spent.
And yeah, dude. So I'm proud to wear it. And I just said, you know what? I'm wearing it today on the podcast. I got my Border Patrol banner up here. I'm working on the studio. It's gonna get better. And thanks for bearing with us. But dude, yeah, man. So Tank's got a bunch of stuff going on. I think they're trying to shut down his web page again, man.
Always battling over there.
Man, he was telling me that they just shut down his webpage 7 times, bro. Can you
Yeah,
believe that?
yeah. And it's not just he's fighting across all platforms to keep his
Mhm.
stuff.
Yep. Yep. I mean, it's crazy, man. Tank, we're behind you. Whatever we can do, you just let us know, man.
What does he call him? The tribe.
The
He's got the
tribe.
tribe, brother. He's got the tribe.
Yep. You know, I'm from the Slapaho tribe myself, but
Ooh,
the
man.
Slapaho tribe.
We we
I'm part Indian.
we don't take kindly to yours around here.
In South Carolina.
Smack a hoe, man. Not in front of me.
Slapaho, not Smackaho. They're from the East Coast. You know.
Moving on, please.
Exactly. Hey, we don't even want to talk about those Trapaho.
Oh, just wash your taint.
Right? I'm telling you, man. Dude, so I got a question to ask you.
What's up?
You talk to your dogs lately?
I talk to my dogs all the time. Why?
Dude, what were you telling me earlier? It's like, you were reading an article and you talked to the dogs about it. I was like, you did what? You were talking to.
What's her name? Oprah's friend that's on CBS News.
I don't fucking know.
Robin or
Whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So she said something totally asinine. And I'm home by myself. So I looked at the dogs. I said, can you believe this bitch? And they all walked away.
Oh, man. The dogs wanted nothing to do with the politics.
Oh, nothing to do with it. Please keep it to the podcast.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, dude, I've never had a pet, so I don't know what it's like. But you know, I know people get close to their dogs when you start having conversations with them, man.
Of course, and they could. I truly believe they understand our language. They grow into listening and understanding our language. Don't laugh at me. I can see you. You're laughing at me. Listen, animal lovers, comment below in YouTube and tell me what you think about that. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
All I keep thinking is about freaking Eddie Murphy and Delirious. He's like, and you're stupid, and the fucking dog is stupid. Watch this. Coco, come here. Where the fuck is he going? Coco, sit down. Where the fuck is he going?
What about Steve Martin in The Jerk? And he had his dog Shithead.
Yeah, Shithead, yeah. Dude, you remember in New York in the newspapers, you used to have Gary Larson, The Far Side?
The Far Side, yeah.
He used to draw the little cartoons, Gary Larson.
Yep.
So it says there's a guy walking, he's got this freaking pot on his head with all these wires and stuff, right? And he's like, Harry didn't realize that his invention would be so boring. And he's walking through the neighborhood and all the dogs are barking and they're all going, hey, 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 hey. every time I see a dog bark, and I read this in like 1982, you know, and every time I see a dog barking, rah, 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 I'm like, hey, 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 hey.
Yeah, you ever see the movie Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
When they surface and the seagulls are around them and they're all going, mine. Yep. That's all I hear when I see the seagulls.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. So, dude, we were going to talk about some crazy state laws. You said you had pulled some up. I'm the one that brought this up because I wanted to talk about it, but I've been so busy unpacking and moving in, and then today I got to spend time with Ziva. I haven't had time to check it out, but you did.
Yeah.
So throw out a couple my way, man. Let's make some people laugh. See what this freaking stupid freaking country's done.
I'm gonna kick it off with Georgia.
All right.
Apparently, in Georgia, it is illegal to use utensils while eating fried chicken.
Get the fuck out of here. Is that for real?
In Gainesville, Georgia, finger licking is not a suggestion. It is mandatory. Thanks to a 1961 law added to the city code as a publicity stunt, it is illegal to eat fried chicken in the poultry capital of the world with anything other than your fingers.
You're kidding me, man.
Editor's note, a tourist was arrested for such a chicken forking violation in 2009.
Did you say a chicken what?
A chicken forking violation.
What are you in for?
I forked a chicken.
Oh, man, that's fucking funny. Hold on, I need some beer. Dude, the only stupid law that I knew, and I know this to be a fact, is that in Chino, California, it's illegal to have and discharge a nuclear weapon. And if you have or discharge a nuclear weapon in Chino, California, it's a $500 fine.
500.
$500 fine.
Cost you 500 and you good.
No shit. What else you got?
All right, I got Iowa.
All right.
Right? In Iowa,
Iowa.
you're not Iowa. You're not allowed to fake your butter.
Fake your butter. What's that mean?
Here it goes. I can't believe it's not a misdemeanor. Any person who attempts to pass off margarine, oleo, or oleomargarine as real butter is guilty of a simple misdemeanor in the state of Iowa.
You're shitting. It's a state law.
Punishable by up to 30 days in jail and a $625 fine.
No shit.
Keep your butterfeet home. Keep your butterfeet out of Iowa.
Hey, son, can you get me some of that? I can't believe it's not butter. Parquet.
No, man. That stuff's illegal here.
Parquet. Hey, son, go get me some parquet. You trying to get me to go to jail?
What do you mean I can't get no country crock around here? They're selling dime bags of margarine on the corner in Iowa.
Right? Gee, your hair smells terrific. I wonder what they get for shampoos. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. What else you got?
Oh, let me see. Oh, shit. Maine. Do not advertise on tombstones.
Who the fuck advertises on tombstones?
Right? Like, what?
Oh, shit.
It is forbidden to post advertisements on another person's tombstone in the city of Wells, which I used to live up that way. Part of a lengthy list of cemetery regulations, this ordinance is really a favor to would-be marketers. Nobody is a worse customer than a corpse.
Holy shit. That's Can you imagine that? Here lies Bob. May he rest in peace. He still comes to Willie's Fried Chicken. Come to Big Willie's Barbecue.
Oh, man. He bail bonds.
Oh, shit. Right?
Chico's bail bonds.
Dude, can you imagine that'd be fucked up if you like bury your grandmother and here lies grandma, whatever, she was great. And then on the bottom, you got a freaking sticker for like Bob's freaking caskets. Here lies grandma, may she rest in peace, but come get your caskets at Big Bob's Casket Company.
Hey, if there's residual payments to my family after I'm gone for putting an advertisement on my tombstone, check that box, yes.
Dude, but you know what? You know what that brings up? I personally want to either be cremated or buried at sea or whatnot, but at this point, I really don't give a shit. But if I'm going to be buried, I want a freaking badass Kiss freaking casket.
With fire and everything.
With
pyrotechnics and everything.
Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley with the smoking guitar and Kiss right across the front of it, man. That's what I want. You know what? I'm putting that shit in my will right now, dude.
The statues of Kiss will come rising up out of the dirt like
right?
resurrected.
The talisman. Dude,
I don't think about that stuff.
No, but Kiss markets their name a lot. They've got like they got like 4,000 licensed products out there, and caskets are one of them. Caskets are one of them. There are Kiss caskets.
There are Kiss caskets.
Yes, and I am going to be fucking buried in one. Telling you right now.
Oofa.
Give me another.
Moving on.
What do we got?
I got Maryland.
Oh fuck! I hate
it. In Maryland.
Maryland.
No cursing while driving.
No cursing while driving. Who the fuck's gonna know if you're cursing while driving?
Making road rage even ragier, it is illegal to swear or curse upon any street or highway in Rockville, Maryland. Anyone caught swearing faces a misdemeanor charge, effectively having to add $100 to the city swear jar.
That's fucking ridiculous.
The city swear jar. Who gave that money?
You're a fireman. You ever watch Rescue Me?
Of course.
Do you remember when they were trying not to swear and they kept putting the freaking money in the kitty, and Tommy's girlfriend kept calling her freaking pussy or kitty, and she's like, "Why we got to call it kitty? Why can't we just call it the can? It's a fucking can." It's a fucking can. Let's just call it a can. Well, it's a kitty. We're not putting money in the kitty. Dude, that show
don't make shows like that anymore.
Dude, that show was so freaking demented, man. It was fucking awesome.
That is crazy, man. That show would not survive well upon the criticism today.
Oh no, dude, not at all. It wouldn't even make it past the pilot. It wouldn't even make it past the pilot.
No.
You have any more?
Let's do one more. One more?
Let's
Two more? How many you want?
Let's do a couple more.
All right. Minnesota. No greasing your pig.
The fuck does that mean?
Long winters can be boring, but that's no good reason to hold a greased pig contest in your parlor. Since 1971, it has been considered a misdemeanor to operate, run, or participate in any activity where a pig is oiled up and released with the subject of being recaptured. And the same goes for turkey scrambles. I ain't never heard of a turkey scramble.
Dude, I'd never greased my ex-wife before.
Well, you better not have margarine and better have butter if you greasing anything up. You gotta know where you're messing around.
Spit out my beer, bitch.
Yeah, that would really be a technical difficulty.
I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you, it's insane.
The new studio South is in flames. This is Gary reporting from his iPhone.
Right. All right. Oh, this is getting out of control. This is getting out of control, man. All right, what else we got? One more.
The fun ain't stopping yet. We're gonna move to Nebraska.
Oh fuck. Tonto Peranto, stand by. Hey, I got a question. Tonto's from Omaha. Can we grease him?
If he's considered a swine, no.
All right, Nebraska, bring it.
Nebraska. You cannot get married if you have VD.
You know what? I've heard that one before about Nebraska. I heard that.
Have you really?
Yes, I heard that one before. You cannot get married if you have VD. Yep.
So they write it up. Technically, no person afflicted with a venereal disease may get married in Nebraska.
Wow.
Meanwhile, state officials are still unable to get a green light for their new TV show, Law and Order VDU.
VDU.
Venereal Disease Unit of Nebraska.
Dude, fucking Nebraska, man. Fucking Cornhuskers.
Nebraska.
Dude, you got more save for next time, right?
Oh, I could. Yeah, man. I mean, this is just one from every state. and every state has multiples for counties and cities. And dude, we didn't even get to Long Island, the Fire Island, or the Hamptons.
Dude, what's going on in Long Island? You got something from Long Island?
Yes, a lot of pro police rallies, large groups.
I've been hearing about that. Yeah, I saw
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir. And would you like to discuss the information that we received about de Blasio?
Ooh, you know what? I will. Hold on. But before we continue, I want to give a shout out. I need to shout out to Heroes Media Group. And I say this every podcast for the past month. You know, I've mentioned that the Gary Brugman podcast is proud to announce that we've been picked up by and is now part of Heroes Media Group, Heroes Media Group Network. And check out their articles and other podcasts on heroesmediagroup.com. And you can also find our podcast on heroesmediagroup.com under shows. And man, they're great. You can also go to my website, www.garybrugman.com, and listen to the episodes there. You can go to iHeartRadio. You can listen there. Spotify, Apple, Google, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Republic. Basically, wherever you listen to podcasts, check us out. We're probably on there right now. And like I said, we're working on this on the YouTube channel. It's going to get better. All these episodes that we've been loading up to YouTube, they're all trial runs. It's going to get a whole lot better, people. So trust us. It's going to be great. Nope.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, yes. No. Yes. Make up our mind.
Hey. Yes.
So I also got to thank Active Carry. Go to Active Carry Tech. That's TEC, ActiveCarryTEC.com on the interweb. And check out Active Carry Technologies. Active Carry Technologies was developed for everyone. After several years of designing kits with state and federal agencies, they saw an opportunity to cover a couple of concepts that were being ignored. And the main one being is that everyone is capable of being a first responder. Go to activecarrytech.com or Active Carry on Facebook and Instagram and check out their tactical kits. They got accessories, they got headgears, they got all kinds of stuff. And if need to, they will even build you a custom-made med kit for what you need. I mean, they have all kinds of IFAKs, and those are individual first aid kits for those of you that know habla military. But and my favorite, of course, is the BORTAC, which was designed after Border Patrol agents. And it's got everything that you need, all kinds of trauma kits and everything. So go to Active Carry on Instagram and Facebook and check them out. They're a big supporter of the podcast, and we love them. And of course,
equipment you should have.
That's right. And of course, we got Swifties.
Swifty!
What's up, yo? But yeah, Swifties Motorcycle Shop in Crowley, Texas. Go to my webpage, www.garybrugman.com. Scroll down to the sponsors, and you'll see Swifties Motorcycle Shop on there. Click on his link, and it'll take you straight to his contact information on Facebook. You can get hold of him through there. I had a bad motorcycle wreck in 2016. I got T-boned by a girl that was going to Krispy Kreme, and guess who happened to be passing by the Krispy Kreme? So she made an illegal turn, ran me over while I was doing 50 miles an hour, and my bike did like 5 flips, man. It was destroyed, and I tried putting it back together myself. I didn't have the money, I didn't have the time, and then I had both, and I didn't do anything. Then I had neither, so I took it to Swifty. I told him what I wanted, and he made my vision come true. So, Eric, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And he is also a big supporter of the Gary Brugman podcast. Man, the man right now is screaming back, Swifty, Swifty, Swifty. So, and I just want to give another shout out to Code 22. Code 22. It's a veteran organization ran by my brother, Randy Riconis. Go to Code 22 on Facebook. They've got T-shirts that help support veterans, and no veteran should be left alone. If you have any issues, give somebody a call, man. Give somebody a call. We're here for you. So, brother, let's get back what we were talking about. I'm gonna post it on my page, on my on my Facebook page, on the group page for the Gary Brugman podcast, and on my Instagram about what's his face, De Blasio.
Who he really is.
Yeah. So we're not the news agency. We're not journalists, although TJ thinks he is. But
I do my due diligence.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not a journalist. I just give my opinion whether I like it or not, and I don't give a shit if it's true or not. I'm just telling you what I see. I'm just giving, I like facts. I don't do conspiracy theories. I don't do a lot of that bullshit. I like facts. But this caught my interest today, and like I said, I don't know if it's true or not, but they say it's been fact checked. But it says, meet Warren Wilhelm Jr., born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Parents had to leave federal jobs because they were communists. He left to go to college. He left college to go to Nicaragua in the mid '80s, and greatly admired the Soviet-backed socialist Sandinista. He returned to America and joined the Nicaragua Solidarity Movement of New York, whose goal was to end capitalism and replace it with democratic socialism. Where have we heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
He married in 1994, and he honeymooned in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
He is said he is very proud of his Marxist work. Worked for both of the Clinton campaigns, and in 2001 he changed his name to Bill De Blasio.
Yes,
and they've got a picture of him here when he was a young little prick, which he's just an old fucking prick, but he's a young little prick, and that's definitely him.
Looks like
whether this is true or not, I don't give a shit, but it totally describes him, because what the mayor of what freaking city turns against his own freaking cops? When the mayor of a city goes to a hospital where a cop's been shot, and the whole department turns their back on him, and every time he shows up at any function, his own police department turns his back on him, there's a problem there. And you know what? I can understand. Actually, I can't understand. But if it's a department of, a dozen cops or 24 cops or 3 dozen cops, that's one thing. But when you have a department of 47,000 cops like New York City, because he's the mayor.
Department wide.
Exactly. And they turn their back on him everywhere he goes. Dude, I'm sorry. I got to take 30,000, 37,000, 47,000 people's word for it that you're a fucking prick.
Yeah, not to mention what I see with my eyes and what I hear with my ears.
Dude, he went out there and painted Black Lives Matter in front of the Trump Tower.
That was ridiculous. That was like it's a publicity stunt.
And somebody came and defaced the mural, air quotes, mural.
Is that what they're calling it? With
red paint. And he went back there and said, don't worry, they had it fixed within an hour. I mean, that's ridiculous, man.
I saw him out there with his roller.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck that dude.
Him and Cuomo, man.
Yeah, so Mr. Warren Wilhelm Jr., we know who you are now. And you know what? The story is going to travel. If it's not going to travel by mainstream media, it's going to travel by people that research stuff and go after news stories aggressively to find out what the real deal is.
This is true.
This is about 90% real deal. Fact checked. I just got to go through a couple more things. But, I'll get back to you on that. But Mr. Warren Wilhelm Jr., we know who you are. You cannot hide no longer.
Yep. Bill De Blasio, you suck anyway. So
hey, I had a family member reach out to me and ask me if I fear for my safety because I am so opinionated on your podcast, and I never really thought about that. And you know what my reply was?
Tell me.
Bring it.
That's what I say. That's what I say. I don't give a shit.
Never really thought about it.
I ain't got nothing to lose.
It's not gonna occupy my mind. I'm sorry. I don't read the comments, the negative comments. I scroll past like a normal person.
Brother, I don't have nothing to lose for shit. My son is grown. My mom's not doing well. Dude, if she makes it past the end of this year, I'll be freaking surprised, to be honest with you. So, in my life, I mean, my daughter Z was really like my stepdaughter, but I love her like she's my daughter. I've raised her all her life. I've known her since she was in her mom's belly.
Yep.
And but really, I ain't got shit to lose. Bring that motherfucker. I'll be out there with my wiffle ball bat beating your ass.
He did it like this. He did it like that. He did it with the wiffle ball bat, Joe.
That's right, man. Dude, I need to stop drinking before I come on this podcast.
I think he's starting to slur his words.
Some people might say, you know what? You really need to start more often.
Yeah, if this one gets a lot more hits, I guess
right?
We'll have to keep you greased up, you pig.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, right?
Is it lubed up or greased up? How do you refer to that? Because you could be breaking the law somewhere.
I don't know. However it is, just be gentle. Fuck it. I already been fucked once. I'll do it again.
Where is this podcast going?
And that was by our own government.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We're going to give them the proverbial stick it back in their ass when you get your pardon.
That's right, man. That's right. Dude, I mean,
invite Johnny Sutton to the fucking pardon.
Right? No,
pardon ceremony.
Dude, if I get pardoned, that's the first thing I'm going to do is throw it in his fucking face.
Yeah, and invite him. Hey, send him an invitation. I'm getting pardoned at the White House. Come and join us.
Yeah, right?
That cock weasel.
Oh, shit. Fucking piece of shit. But, And his name's well known within the freaking Border Patrol and the law enforcement world.
Yep.
He was a U.S. attorney that he was an overzealous U.S. attorney that was hoping his dad was a Bush family doctor, and he was hoping he knew George Bush when he was the governor. He was a prosecutor in Harris County when George Bush became the governor. He brought him and Alberto Gonzalez, which was the U.S. attorney of the United States, brought them to Austin and gave them jobs, obviously, right? So when George Bush became president after being the governor of Texas, he brought them up to D.C. He made Alberto Gonzalez the U.S. attorney, the attorney general, and he made Johnny Sutton the U.S. attorney of the Western District of Texas. So Johnny Sutton's main goal was to become a federal judge. He wanted to get appointed to the bench, and he was hoping, he had planned on his boy George Bush doing it, but he started fucking over too many people. And you know what was the best thing about getting out of prison, bro? Other than obviously being out of prison,
right?
But Johnny Sutton had imprisoned two other Border Patrol agents, Ignacio Ramos and Jose Compean,
right?
And a sheriff's deputy in Rock Springs, Texas. He charged him after he was cleared of his shooting from the Texas Rangers and the ATF. He was cleared, and Johnny Sutton brought charges on him. You know what the best part was? When I got out of prison, I started supporting all three of those guys, and the last thing Johnny Sutton ever expected was for me to be on national television calling his ass the fuck out.
You know, I sent you a soundbite of you calling out some people. You want me to play it?
Yeah. That was another Border Patrol agent, Chito Diaz, Jesus Diaz, in Eagle Pass. This dude, I think he was a transport unit or something. But some agents caught a load of dope. They had the smugglers handcuffed, and he went up to put him in a transport van, and one of the smugglers handcuffed yanked away from him. So Chito put his ass on the ground. Well, ends up that dude was 16 years old and a minor, so he got charged with violating the freaking civil rights of a minor. Ain't that a minor that was smuggling dope? Go figure.
Yeah. Excuse me. We're not gonna let you do your job, and we're just gonna keep arresting you and beating you down till you guys just go out there and collect the check.
So at that point, when you got that soundbite, I need some more beer. Hold on.
No, put the beer down, Gary. We got a podcast to
You
finish.
shut
Come
up.
on.
My podcast, I say whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the Jack Daniels.
No, but at that soundboy, fuck you, TJ. At
And you
that
think it would be me,
soundbite,
the guy with the shirt.
at that soundbite,
Boy. Go ahead. Continue. Continue with the sound boy that I got.
they had she had talked to me about Fast and Furious, and that's when they murdered Brian Terry. And I was, if you watch the whole interview, I was starting to get freaking pissed.
Oh yeah.
And I called out the FBI. I called out.
Can you tell some of the people what Operation Fast and Furious is for those that do not know?
Oh yeah, Operation Fast and Furious was a gun running operation that the federal government had. It was during the Obama administration, and Eric Holder was the lead on it. And basically, the cartel was buying guns in the United States and bringing them back to Mexico. And you had gun shops in all over the country, but especially in like California and Arizona and New Mexico and Texas.
Right.
And these gun shops didn't want to sell guns. And the federal government was telling these gun shops, go ahead and sell them. We're going to track them. And they lost track of them. And it ended up being the murder of Border Patrol agent Brian Terry. And there was a ICE agent, Jaime, I want to say Zaragoza. I don't remember his name. But there was 2 ICE agents that were murdered in Mexico. And all of those were used with Fast and Furious guns that were smuggled that the government lost track of. And nobody's ever paid a price for that. So we had 3 federal agents murdered because of Obama and Eric Holder's incompetency in doing their jobs.
Gun running operation.
Exactly.
All right. So here's the soundbite. It's a little ditty that I enjoyed. I sent to Gary, and he.
And hold on. No, it's
I'll just stop it as soon as I learn how. All right, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. But after I said those words. I got a lot of messages on Facebook saying, hey, man, you need to be careful what you say. They're going to come after you. And I was like, this was 2012. I had just gotten out of prison 6 years earlier. I was like, dude, what the hell is the federal government going to do to me? Send me back to freaking prison? I've been there.
Right.
I don't give a shit.
Just survive that shit. Yeah. What else can they do?
What the fuck are they going to do? Send me to prison? So anyway, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Fast and Furious operation has got to go. The Department of Justice and the Homeland Security right now are probably 2 of the most corrupt agencies the government has.
Boom.
Yep.
That soundbite. It was from when? 2012?
2012, yep. 2012 on Fox News. And for some reason, I haven't been able to get on Fox News ever since.
and here we are today in 2020, 8 years later. And look at all the dirty, corrupt shit going on in these government agencies.
Exactly, man. I mean, look at what Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, James Comey, who's this other freaking prick, Robert Mueller. And
you could finger them all day.
Yeah, and they're all just a bunch of they've tainted the great name of the FBI, the FBI, the world's premier investigative law enforcement agency. And right now everybody looks at them and they're like, you're a freaking joke. Don't get me wrong. They still have all the power in the world, but nobody expects an FBI agent anymore because not because the FBI are bad agents, because of the name that these people gave them for the things that they've done during the Trump campaign.
Yep. Disgusting.
And
the corruption goes so deep. Like I said, you could point fingers all day. That's when you got to start thinking, okay, if all this stuff happened, but nobody's getting in trouble for it, well, then think about coronavirus. It's a distraction. It's a fallacy.
Right. Yeah. And dude, everything that they're doing right now, I just don't trust anybody.
How could you?
Yeah.
How could you trust the government right now?
And the shit that the government did to me, like I said, the illegal alien that I pushed on the ground, that I went to prison for, that I was incarcerated for 27 months, lost my career, lost my freedom, lost my family, lost everything, lost my fucking sanity. I mean, it's 20 years that I got sentenced to 2 years in prison, but it's 20 years later and I'm still freaking suffering from it. And I mean, the illegal alien that I pushed on the ground. He says he was coming to this country because his daughter had terminal cancer and he had to get a job so he can pay for the chemotherapy. But none of that came out in the court trial. My attorney asked him 6 different ways. Are you being compensated? Are you being rewarded? Are you being paid? Did they promise you anything? Is there nothing? And the chemotherapy never even came up during a freaking 4-day trial, 5-day trial. But 6 months later, in a TV interview, it comes out that his daughter had terminal cancer, and that's why he was coming to work to make money. And then it said at the end of the interview, the anchor says he was deported back to Mexico. He's living with his mother and his daughter, who had finally received the chemotherapy that she needed. She had finished the chemo. Who paid for that? Was it Mexico? Because if it was Mexico, he didn't need to come work anyway. Did he hit the lottery? Or did the United States?
He hit the lottery.
Yeah, he hit the lottery. Because the United States paid for that. And I haven't been able to prove that because every time I file a Freedom of Information Act, I get nothing.
Nothing.
So, yeah. So don't tell me that the government isn't corrupt. All right. DJ, we're almost out of time. You know what Biden stands for?
No, what?
Best idiot Dems ever nominated.
Best idiot Dems ever nominated.
That's right.
Wow. I'm not smart enough to come up with something like that. That's gold right there.
I'd like to change the best, and I got to say I didn't come up with that. I found that somewhere, but I'd like to change the best to the biggest idiot the Democrats ever nominated.
Use at your discretion, whatever word you
use. Exactly. So, man. But dude, it's been an hour, bro. It's almost time to go.
Oh, dude, this was a tough one to get through, wasn't it?
I'm telling you, man. It's airing in 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is very late over here on the East Coast.
It's 3 a.m. where you're at. It's 2 a.m. where I'm at.
Yeah, and yeah, we had a lot of problems in this podcast.
What's Dave DeVito up to?
Oh, Dave DeVito, what is he up to?
He posted a picture of his face, man. I'm not sure I can recover from that.
Oh shit! Yo, Dave,
I
that ain't
better
me,
when
man.
He was a mystery, man.
Dave, I don't have anything in my notes about that, Dave. He's bouncing off guardrails, man. Too many deuces to the head, homie. Way.
I'm out of beer.
Now, I would say smash it against your head, but your neck is still healing. So
yeah, no, I can't do that, man. I shouldn't even be doing this podcast. But you know what?
Oh yeah, you know what that means? That means this concludes this episode of the Gary Brugman podcast. Please like and subscribe on social media. Stay frosty and always watch your six.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will catch you next time. God bless America. God bless you all. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Always protect yourself, your country, and your neighbors. God bless.